So, we've got a range here on this set of couches of people that have earned 6 figures in this industry, even 7 figures, and even multiple 7 figures in this industry. Now, not only that, but there's some people sitting here on these couches that in the last few months alone, just in pre-launch, without any sort of corporate website, very few corporate tools, and us, really kind of just getting things right on our side, despite that, several people on these couches have actually gone on to already earn their $100,000 matching bonus check. Give it up for some awesome TECademics. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to kick it. We're going to talk for a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them questions. And we're just going to get very real with you, talk with you just about ourselves, about internet marketing, affiliate marketing. Really, actually, they have no idea what I'm going to ask them. Like literally no idea. So we could actually have a lot of fun. If you guys have any crazy ideas of what to ask them, now's the chance, right? And then what I'll do is if we still have some time, then what I'll do is we'll actually have some mics out there in the audience. We'll let some of you ask questions as well. So as we're talking, if there's somebody here on the stage that you resonate with, or maybe you want to learn a little bit more from them, if you have a question, what I encourage you to do is write it down on your paper right in front of you. Write down your question, and at some certain point, I'll say, hey, if we have questions, raise your hands. I'll call on you. We'll get you hooked up with a mic so you can ask questions here. We actually have a video camera over here. We'll get you hooked up in front of a mic, a video camera. You can ask your question on camera and perhaps direct it to somebody, and we'll have them answer. So, you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to have stage fright. I think everybody here has actually run their own events before, so it's pretty cool. What I'm going to do is I want to just kind of pass the mic along like this, and if everybody could take a minute or so, introduce yourself, where you're from, and anything that you think the audience, maybe just as a quick introduction, what maybe is your specialty or what you do, or anything that you want to say in a minute or so of time. And why don't we start right here, and why don't we pass the mic on down?
Thank you, Chris. You look like the godfather in that chair.
Take it from here. Take it from here.
I will. Hi guys, I'm Susan Beasley. I usually travel with my husband, but he's poorly, so I'm standing in for him. Things that you might want to know about us, we are both in our 60s, and that proves that age makes no barrier to what you do in life or business. And my one tip for you, the way we market our business, we know exactly who the people are that want to work in this kind of environment. And guess what? They're just like us. That's my tip.
Awesome.
Hey everybody, my name is Diane Hockman. I'm traveling this weekend with my husband Larry Hockman, who's back there. I got started in the industry in 1999 so I could be home with my kids. Any mamas and dads in the room? Can I have that kind of motivation? And it's been a magical mystery tour for us. But the reason why I'm so excited right now is previous to being in the home business industry and in marketing, I was an educator. And when I heard this concept, you can ask Peter Sorensen, I saw him say something about it and I literally attacked him and I said, what's going on? We need to be a part of this. So that's why we're here.
Awesome.
Hey guys, my name's John Pemberthy. I'm from London. Done a whole bunch of stuff, to be honest. I'm kind of like previous 2-3 years been kind of known as the kind of YouTube guy. By the way, it's really cool to meet so many of you in the corridors who said you've been through that kind of stuff. But by show of hands, how many of you know me as the YouTube guy? How many of you have seen that stuff? Okay, super cool. That's awesome. Well, thanks so much. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff with YouTube, getting free traffic that way. That's kind of been our main traffic source. Now we do a lot of Facebook ads. We're just blowing that thing up, promoting all kinds of things, different affiliate offers. Been a part of network marketing companies before. We sold physical products. We do my own events. We do coaching. So a bunch of stuff. Really cool, and really cool to be here. Much appreciated.
Awesome.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Saj P. I'm also from London, UK. Yeah, I've been in this industry for over 10 years now. We've done over 8 figures in sales, promoting with lots of different affiliate programs. I'm so excited about this opportunity because this is literally filling a big hole in this marketplace, you know? This marketplace has been missing this structured, comprehensive education. And as you can see from the quality of this, these guys are taking it to the next level. And Chris, I gotta take my hat off to you, even though I don't have a hat on. You can take your hat off. This is the greatest affiliate program to ever hit our industry, so thank you for that, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hi, Justin.
Justin Varentia, Clearwater. Yeah.
And I'm Dee Varentia.
Yeah. Some of you may know us, or me, as the hippie Jedi.
And I'm his wife.
She's sexier. I just want to say I'm very grateful to be a part of, TECademics. Right? Still learning the name. Just an honor to be here, to be on the stage right now. I feel we're blessed to have an opportunity that doesn't exist anywhere else. So, you know, make the best of it, make it count, and I'll pass it right to my wife.
Just very thankful to be here, and if I had the opportunity to take a photo with you where you just exchanged like conversation with me, or you took the time to actually make eye contact with me, then I just want to say thank you. I'm very grateful to have met you and exchanged energy, and I'm looking forward to all the knowledge that everyone here has to share, because all of these guys are the people that I learned from.
Hey guys, my name is Miles Seegers. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm just honored and blessed to be up here. I'm like a baby. I think I'm still a baby in this industry. I've only been online 3.5 years, so to be sitting up here with these incredible superstars, I gotta thank the man above. And my beautiful wife, Sonia, who's part of Team Seegers. So I just want to say I feel very blessed, guys, and as far as like my specialty, I just like working with people. I've been a network marketer from day one. I ran into this guy 3.5 years ago, and it's just been, we just had a lot of blessings. So I just like working with people. I like building teams. I want to give a shout out to the Born Rich team. They're all over. So just want to say thank you.
My name is Vic Strisius. Thank you very much. So I've started online in 2005. Didn't have $1.19 to my name. A lot of you guys know the story. And because I was fortunate enough to come across a mentor came into my life, and I was smart enough to listen to him. I was able to change everything for myself and my family, and I've done everything from affiliate marketing to direct sales to network marketing, promoted my own products, created my own trainings, built a following, went through ups and downs, you name it, I did it, very, very excited for TECademics to be launching out. I think it's going to be incredible what it's going to do for the industry. Just very, very excited to be part of it, especially in the beginning here. We'll maybe talk a little bit more about details later, but appreciate everybody and good to be here.
Okay, so what I want to do right now is just kind of ask some questions. Really, you can go in any order you want. Looks like we have a mic. Do we have one mic per couch? No, we got one down there at least. Okay, perfect. You got two. Let's do one mic per couch. That might be a little bit easier. All right, so here's what I want to do. If each one of you could just take a second and think about this. My question for you is, there's a lot of opportunities out there. Gosh, I get hit with opportunities myself every week, a new opportunity, sometimes daily, multiple people. Sometimes when an opportunity's hot, I'll get hit from like 20, 30 people about it. Some of the opportunities are great, and sometimes, they're a little schemy, but there's just a sea of opportunities out there, and credibility is really important. Where you plant your flag in something's important. You don't want to align yourself with something unless you're a little bit confident it's going to do well for your own brand. And so first of all, thank you all for your leadership and really coming on board here. And also thank you everybody for being here at this event. It means a lot to me. For the people that might be watching this as a recording, or from home, or here in the audience, if you could take 1 minute each and explain, what was it about this that somehow made you want to align yourself with this opportunity versus the hundreds or even thousands of other opportunities out there? What are some of the elements that really caught your attention? And I think it's important when you share this for each one of you to listen, because several of these people had already made hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars online, and yet something here sparked their attention. As they share, you should be taking notes what it is that's catching their eye so that you can find people like this as well in your organization. So whatever order you guys want to go in, just kind of pass the mic around. Feel free to share what it is about this opportunity that really sparked your attention and made you come on board.
I can jump in. I've been online, Chris, for currently 11 years plus, and I get pitched at least 3 to 5 different opportunities, probably on a weekly basis. I'm sure Justin, Saj, you guys know Justin. We all know what it's like, right? Everybody, is like, hey, promote this, and I've promoted some. One of the things that I'm looking for is that more than anything, right now, I think more than ever, there is a lot of noise in the industry, and there is a lot of companies launching out that, in my opinion, are building on the foundation of a sand. Is what I look at it. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. So if there is an opportunity, right, I get pitched, hey, Vic, promote this, and I look at it, and I look at the compensation plan. There's several things I look at. I look at the product, I look at the leadership of the company, and I look at, of course, the compensation plan. How can I, can this be lucrative, right? For myself, and more importantly for my team, because I got a following and I got to be very careful what I present, what I promote, what I get behind. And so when I look at a company, and if all I see a company is talking about, here's how much money you can make, and here's how much money, and I don't even know what the product is. I never hear about the product. This is what's called a closed loop business model, to where you recruit people to recruit people to recruit people to recruit people. It's a very, 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 very sandy foundations. Okay, very, very sandy foundations. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want my people to be part of it. I don't want to put us and my people in any potential situation that can potentially, to where the bottom is going to fall, fall off. I mean, it's not good. So when I look at what you guys are doing here, what really first, before I even found out about the compensation plan, I heard you talk about the product, and that's why I got hooked on the product before I even got introduced to the comp plan. Because now, what in my mind, what I see is multi-industry, right? We can go to multiple industries. We can go to online marketers, we can go to insurance people, we can go to real estate consultants, we can go to, I was just talking to a lawyer over there in a hall, and he's like, man, lawyers really, really, really need this education. So now, why I'm personally excited about it is now I can take this education, I can take a product, Chris, and I can create funnels, and we can deliver it to different industries and sell it for what it is, which is a product. And I go to bed at night knowing that what I've done today was good for that consultant, it was good for that chiropractor, it was good for that insurance agent, right? Not necessarily worrying about, will the big boys come knocking on the company's doors, with potentially shutting them down because of the business operations. So that's why I'm very, very excited. And of course, knowing Chris and knowing his track record there. What do you guys think of Chris Record? Come on. Solid Jim Piccolo, right? When I see Jim Piccolo, one word, solid, right? Solid. Chris Record, passion, solid, right? Leadership from the event, look, I have no reservations, 0 reservations, getting 1,000% behind this company and endorsing it, because everything from production to leadership to the product to just representation, I will not be embarrassed representing this company, and I'm fired up.
So guys, listen, when I first heard about this opportunity, my wife and I, we were busy with another business and doing quite well in that business, right, sweetheart? We were doing well. So I was like, well, it's Chris Records doing, I wanted to work with Chris for a long, long time. I know he did the 3C conference, and I didn't get involved back then, and kind of heard about this. I said, well, maybe we'll take a look at it later. Because we were just too busy. Now, many of you probably don't know, but my wife and I, we are avid salsa dancers. Mm-hmm. So we were actually going out salsa dancing on a Thursday night, and we were talking about this opportunity for the pre-launch. We wanted to go back in May to the pre-launch, but we were like, hey, we can't make it. So anyway, long story short, at the last minute, my wife actually booked a flight out back in May, that very night, that Thursday night, and we came for the pre-launch. Within 3 hours, we became part of the fam right away. Now, the reason why I really needed to be here, because also my background is from corporate America. I'm a proud graduate of Drexel University in Philadelphia, so I am college educated, you know, and also my past, I'm a real estate agent. So, you know, we got involved in the network marketing industry, and I gotta tell you something, folks, from being like a, quote, professional type of person, I saw some things that I was like, what is this? Like, my wife and we were making money at another company I won't mention, but I got to the point like, what are we really promoting? You know, and we were just signing people up to sign people up, and it just didn't sit well with me. So again, I was always looking for something that was very professional, something that I could really, really believe in. And again, having that college experience, it feels like I went to school all my life, you know, so many years in college, even a little bit of graduate school. So when I heard about, wait a minute, an internet marketing college? Where you can actually go and learn online. Wait a minute, not just online, a physical school. I can sit my butt in the seat, learn from actual instructors. So once we really got, it didn't take long, but once I really got to see the vision, I said, sweetheart, we have to do this. So, and it was the best decision that we've made. So I'm really excited about this. I'm very excited about this. So.
Right on.
So I'm actually a college/university dropout, so you know, yeah, I believe that the traditional education system is kind of broken. You know, it doesn't really give you any empowerment. So when I saw the internet marketing college, I know there's stuff that we do every day: drive traffic, make sales, do conversions. That's really empowering to people. That changes lives. You know, it gives financial freedom. It changes families. So when I saw that somebody's actually building a physical college, which our industry is missing, straight away it just basically I knew it's going to fill a massive hole in this industry. And Chris Record being one of those guys who's actually in the trenches every single day. You know, there's lots of gurus, quote unquote, in this industry who sell a lot of product. I think we'll know because we've operated in similar industries that, you know, but they're not actually there doing the stuff. You know, they just rehash information or whatever. And Chris is one of the guys, you know, he's done the Facebook ads, he's done the e-commerce, he's actually in the trenches doing this stuff. So I know here's a real genuine person behind this. And then Jim Piccolo with his previous success with a similar model. It's just like a no-brainer, guys, you know. The industry is missing it, the education, the quality is going to be superior. So, you know, I was proud to put my brand to this. I'm really looking forward to help you guys grow this, Chris. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of what I would have said has already been covered, but I want to ask a question. How many of you are not just in this business or looking at this business for a quick buck, but you actually want to build a sustainable long-term business?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so one thing you need to remember is that what you promote, people will remember that, right? As your brand grows, branding is so important. Like you've heard about it this weekend, you need to be building a brand. That's going to be the foundation for your business. Everything gets built upon your personal brand, right? So don't just chase the money. That's one thing I'd say to you guys is there's so many, Vic said, we get bombarded every day with a new business opportunity, you know, and some might look really appealing from, you know, just the money mindset, the money side of it. People are posting on Facebook all their income, which is cool. But if you don't know what the product is, please don't just chase the money for the money. Make sure you're building a long-term sustainable business, right? Make sure you're promoting something that you feel good about promoting, right? If you feel in any way, oh, I'll promote this, but I'll kind of do it from behind the scenes, or I'll use an alias name, or I'll just use someone else's, then don't promote it, you know? Promote something you feel good about, right? And I feel, the reason I'm involved in this, is I feel Chris covers both bases. Like Vic, the product got my attention. I was like, okay, great. For the first time in our industry, the product is the main focus. Normally, compensation plan is the focus. Normally, you know, conversions and how much money you're going to make is like the hot topic. With Chris, it was like, this is what we're building. This is the education. This is the business. Oh, and by the way, we're doing matching millions. Okay, cool, no brainer.
Let me ask you a question. How many of you have sat up late at night staring at a computer screen trying to figure this stuff out? And how many of you, and I want to be real because I've been doing this for a long time, you know, tuck my babies into bed, my husband to go to bed, and I'd stay up late trying to figure it out. When you told your story, I remember figuring out how to make $100, putting ads on my site, little blocks on my Blogger blog, and thinking, you know, it was a miracle. There's people all around the world that are dying to be free, but they are just confused. And I think even in this room, there's a lot of us that have felt that way or are feeling that way right now. And this is the first time that I have ever heard anybody want to put together a systematic curriculum that will help people go from square one to wherever they want to go, being evaluated, being able to figure out the right path. My husband, by trade, is a guidance counselor. When he heard virtual guidance counselor, the guy was jumping out of his seat. I've spent my career helping people find their way, and I have never seen a better vehicle than what this is to help people. Now, are we going to make a lot of money doing this? Hell yeah. But are we going to set a lot of people free and help them know that this is possible? Imagine spending a week in a physical place, sitting down and walking out, having something executable, monetizable that they can use on Monday. And imagine that this institution is going to help people find clients so they can go out and make money right away. That's where we're going, and that's what turned me on. And I figured the worst thing that happened is I laid down and I called Peter, I said, here's my card, I'm in, because I figured I could use the education. So if any of you guys are not sure about whether you're ready to promote, there's nobody in this room that can't use the education. And then let that build your confidence. Let that show you that this is real, and you can go out and share it with people. But for those of you that have been in business and are ready to go, right? Come on. So that's why I'm here. I'm an educator, and I believe in what we're doing here.
Well, from first to last, obviously everything the other guys have said here I can pretty much endorse, but why did Chris and I get involved with what is now TECademics? Well, when we first came online 6 years ago, we made a decision to find good, usable education for business people. That was our background. We were consultants and we had our own accountancy practice. And we saw the internet as something that was going to be a platform that these businesses could use to expand their business, make more profits and sales, and expand. Many sadly didn't quite see that, but at that point we realized there was a better opportunity for us to go into that market and provide that kind of education. But we were having to put all that together ourselves. We were making our own products, we used affiliate marketing, we joined different programs and systems, always in the education niche, but there was always something missing that didn't reach the market that we wanted to reach, which was so vast. So many of you are here from that kind of background, you probably see that as well. But we saw also the potential for people of our age who have come to the point where they're reaching retirement, but they have one of two problems. Either they don't have enough money to retire and have the life that they've worked all their working life for, or they want to do something with their life other than mow the lawn and play golf. And when all of that fitted together and we saw what Chris and the team were putting together, as accountants, we did our due diligence. We hopped on a plane from London, flew out here, and wanted to see and speak to them and feel from their hearts and know that we could leave from our hearts knowing that this was something we could take out to the world, and that's exactly what we want to do. And I'll reinforce what John says here because it is so important. Don't go out there chasing the money. Go out there making a difference to people's lives in as many different ways as the college will allow you to do that. For some, it will be the education to help them expand their business they have now. For others, it will be because they want the money. But listen, use these before you use this and find out what it is they need and then place the solution in their hands.
Awesome. Okay, so a common theme that I heard throughout everybody here on this panel so far is that the idea of having a true product, an actual quality, legitimate product that you can stand behind is really the foundation behind making a big decision to get on board with something. So if I was taking notes, one of the things I would say is, wow, you know, there's a lot of opportunities that are pitching people nonstop on make money, make money, make money, make money. You know, oh, this compensation plan is better than this one. In fact, just a couple days ago, I had somebody reach out to me and say, Chris, I'm gonna show you how to be able to 4x your income this year, how to make quadruple what you're currently making. And that was his pitch to me. He didn't, I said, awesome, how much am I currently making? Like, how are you gonna quadruple my income if you have no idea how much I'm currently making? And then on top of that, I mean, come on, that's like a compliance and regulatory issue just waiting to happen. Going out there and telling people you're gonna quadruple their income. So it turns out after a quick little 5-minute conversation, it was this guy's second day in his business in some network marketing company. So I said, listen, I'll perk up my ears when you can show me anybody that's anywhere near my current level of where I'm at in business that got involved in your business and 4x their income as a result. You show me somebody like that, maybe you get my attention, maybe you get my ears. He led with the wrong thing. What Susan just said was pretty powerful. You use this more than you use this. What that means is questions are the answers. Ask questions and they'll tell you what they're looking for. Don't come tell me that you want to 4x my income. What if I don't even want to 4x my income? What if right now income's not the problem? Maybe time's the problem, or maybe systems, or maybe hiring, or maybe employees, or scaling, or something totally different is the issue. Don't go out there and pitch the money, 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 money. What you want to do is you want to lead with something so valuable that you get somebody's attention, you grab their attention. And like John said, once you have their attention, we've also got a matching millions compensation plan, John. We'll give you 36 months, up to 36 months. You earn $100,000 in commissions, we'll give you a $100,000 cash bonus. You earn $1 million in commissions, we'll give you $1 million cash bonus. You do it next month, you get the bonus next month. You do it next year, you get the bonus then. Even if it takes you 3 years, you get the bonus then. But that's a side note. There's plenty of money in this thing. If you truly love the product, you believe in the cause, then go out there and share it, you'll be rewarded passionately. So that's something I think I heard everybody here on the stage say, is that what caught their attention was that this is actually, many of them, this is something they would want to attend themselves. Like what Miles said, like an actual, sit down, I could learn in a classroom environment, that's dope, that's awesome, that's cool. That's what people want. It's pretty cool, it's different. So did anybody learn something right there from those answers?
Yes.
All right, let me throw another one at everybody here, and I don't mind if you do the order rotation, stuff like that, I don't mind if you go out of order. There's a lot of people in here that are beginners in terms of, I would say most. I mean, I've had a chance to talk with many of you, and I don't need to put anybody on the spot with the raise of hands, but I would say generally in an audience, you got at least 90% of people here haven't even made their first sale online. Definitely are not 6-figure earners, okay? So take a minute, you guys, and think back to when you were kind of like either a newbie or you're helping a newbie get started. What is a piece of advice that you would have here? Treat everybody here like they were somebody you personally enrolled here in TECademics and you're their mentor. What is a starting point for them? Where should they get started? Because, and I ask this because it can be overwhelming. It can be very overwhelming. I think Diane just mentioned that. Your kids finally go to sleep at night. First of all, you're exhausted because you got to get back up in the morning with them. So you're exhausted. You've already worked hard all day. You pull open your computer and you're like, I'm just determined I'm going to figure this out somehow. And you go and mess with everything and you figure it out. If there's anything we can do right now, you guys, to save them some time and energy, what are some starting points? What should they focus on? Any kind of tips or motivation or inspiration you have for beginners, I think that would make the most impact here in the audience. So, and I'd love to pass the mic around, whatever order you guys want. So share some tips or share some advice or share some thoughts. Did you turn off the mic?
Hello? Yeah. So obviously, guys, when you're first starting out, it's very overwhelming, like Chris said, you've got so many things you can do, build a list, drive traffic, convert traffic, design funnels. So, all of that stuff is that there's a learning curve, right? Now, everything has a learning curve, it's natural, so you should expect a learning curve. You should be okay with that, okay, and be willing to do the work, whatever it takes, right? You need a whatever it takes attitude if you want to succeed, and just be willing to do the work. Now, obviously, Chris and these guys are providing a lot of content that you can leverage, like this live event recording that they spoke about. like that's like the number one thing, the biggest asset you've got access to right now, I'd say, that you can use to build a list to, you know, show people and get them interested in the TECademics. Gotta remember the name. Yeah, TECademics, right? So literally, like, a very practical piece of advice, something you can do pretty soon is use whatever Chris and these guys are preparing for you to build an audience, to build a list, to build a relationship, and get them interested in the TECademics. Nothing better than this. I mean, every single person who's in this room who's gone through this live event over the last few days, I mean, you're super pumped about this, right? Yeah? So anybody you show it to, they're going to go through a similar process. So yeah, very practical, use that.
Awesome. Yeah. And we did a pretty good job at hiding the name from the leaders as well, as you can tell. We literally, can you believe we knew about this name for like over a couple months and somehow kept it a secret? I have no idea how we did that, but we're all learning the name, TECademics, and once you learn it, you're going to learn to love it. It is a brilliant brand that has international appeal and is far bigger than Internet Marketing College, far bigger. All right, who wants to go next?
Yeah, I'd say a couple of things for you. The first is that if any of you have been promised that, you know, this is going to be easy and that you can do it in a week. You know, I see this kind of stuff all over the internet. It's like, if you join this system or you just join me, I show you can, you know, be making $100,000, you know, in 7 days, right? It's really unrealistic, and I want to be transparent with you. You're going to have to put in the work. 'Cause that's literally the number one killer of people trying to get started in this business, is that they're lied to, and it's not your fault, by the way, but you are lied to by a lot of people telling you that this is easy, telling you you're going to be able to do this overnight, and it's really not like that, okay? Right. The way that we've got to where we're at is we've worked really hard, but not just worked hard, we've worked smart. We've followed the right people, we've followed the training, we've persevered, okay? So if you have, you know, been given that promise, then just receive this new one, is that give it 6 months, and maybe, like, you know, you'll be really rocking, like you'll be absolutely rocking. So you've got to give it time, you know? I believe what Chris is doing is going to be a real mover and shaker in this industry. And I do believe if you stick with him and you stick with this company, you're going to do very well. But just know that it is going to take a bit of time. There's a lot to learn, you know, there's a lot to learn. But once you've got it, you've got a skill set that is going to carry you through your business. Again, one other thing, I don't want to take too long. The other thing is leverage the small wins as well, by the way. You know, a lot of people will look at us on stage and, oh, you've made 7 figures, you've made 6 figures, 8 figures, you know, like, who's going to want to learn from us? What you've got to understand is, once you start, you know, let's say you build a list of 10 people, right? You've got 10 leads. You're like, oh, but it's not the hundreds a day that these guys are getting. But there is someone somewhere that wants to learn how to get 10 leads. Do you know what I mean? So you could do a video saying, hey, let me show you how I got 10 leads. Opt into this page, and I'm going to show you a really simple method that I implemented that got me 10 people interested in my business, you know. And then you take that next win. Hey, I've got another 20, you know. So you leverage all the results as you move up. You haven't got to jump straight to the, you know, talking about 6 figures and being like, oh, I haven't done that, you know. Just leverage what you've done so far and keep growing that way. Is that cool? Does that help?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
We on? Yeah, guys, this is really a hot button of mine, because again, I've only been online now for about 3.5 years, so I'm not that far removed from being a newbie, you know. And I tell my team, they're out there, so that they know this. I think the biggest mistake all of you can really make is, let's say you just joined the fam today, you're brand new to this. So what? Get that thing out of your head that I'm new, you know, who would want to listen to me, okay? Again, because as great as the colleges, TECademics, all of that, you're going to get awesome training, structured training. You still got to remember that for the most part, people join people. Why would somebody want to join you and you're brand new? You're probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I'm brand new. Who would want to listen to me? What can I offer? Guess what? A lot of people want to listen to you. Okay, a ton of people would like to listen to you. Okay, Miles, well, I'm new. What am I going to share with these people? Well, guess what, folks? You're in school now, or you will be very soon. What you're learning, share with people. You know, and as far as, well, I'm afraid to do videos, I tell my team, okay, it's one or the other. Either you got to be a very good copywriter or be good on video. Because there's only 2 ways we can communicate with our audience, either video or writing emails. I prefer video, it's easier. And guys, I'll tell you, the video thing, it's a paradigm. Get it out of your head. Every single person here, and I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I know you're not gonna, I know all of you are not gonna listen, but you need to do this. In between a break, before you go home, way in the back there. Every single person should shoot a 2-3 minute video talking about your experience here at the college in Arizona. Put it up on Facebook, put it on YouTube, and that's your first video. So Miles, what do I talk about? Talk about your experience. Talk about what you learned. Talk about how excited you are that you just became a fan member.
I'll also say to that, listen, how many of you have ever been to an event that has, right when you walk down the escalators, there's videos and highlight reels playing, you get on stage, there's a 90-foot screen, and there's excitement and buzz? I mean, has anybody been to another event like this? Right?
No.
They're very rare, right?
Yes.
You have something to talk about. The energy, the excitement. You've never seen anything like this before. So do like he's saying, do a video and share the reality of this, because this is going to be the buzz that can literally give you momentum in your business. It's a very, very smart thing to do.
So in other words, there's a lot to talk about, right?
Yeah.
a lot to be shooting videos about. How many of you guys are brand new here? Like you have never made money before, and you look at yourself. Everybody else made money?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So for beginners, okay, here's my advice to you. When I got started, I was a kid, 19 years old. I got started in the insurance industry, and my mentor was somebody who was earning $2 million a month in that company. He was a big regional guy. He was like the untouchable, and he says one thing that stuck with me forever. He said to me, and he was talking to me and everybody else. He says, guys, you will be like the books you read and people you hang out with in 3 to 5 years. He says, in 3 to 5 years, you will be like the books you read and people you hang out with. And I go, oh man, that sounds good, but I got 3 to 5 years to wait for that, didn't like that idea. And then he said something else. He said, but you can compress time frames, right? You can compress time frames. And the way you do that is you find somebody who is doing what you want to do and you get as close to them as possible. You laser focus. So here's number one thing. A lot of people set themselves up for failure before they even begin. A lot of people in this industry, they will not succeed because they have already failed before they started. How did they fail? They think of themselves as, I'm a newbie, and that mindset gives you an excuse not to do whatever needs to be done. Okay, so I'm a newbie. I didn't make my money because I'm a newbie. I can't make a sale because I'm a newbie. And so because I'm a newbie, I can't do the video yet. Because I'm a newbie, I can't talk to my list yet. Because I'm a newbie, and you see yourself as a newbie. So it's a self-identifier that's gonna lead you to failure, right? And that's what I see a lot in the industry. There is a common denominator for those people that succeed and common denominator for those who fail. When I got started online in 2005, I did not have any money. I did not have any experience, did not know what traffic was. I was as green as it gets, right? And because I was looking at this guy was succeeding, this guy was succeeding, this guy was succeeding, to me, I saw myself as an entrepreneur, right? So you could not convince me, and it might be difficult to believe, but you could not convince me that I wasn't already a millionaire when I did not have $1.19 to my name, and didn't know how I was gonna buy the bread, for my family tomorrow. In my mindset, I already made it. So a mindset is a huge thing, man. It's the biggest thing. Techniques, training, it's all there. How many videos on YouTube how to start a Facebook campaign, right? Chris Recker's got a program. You go to YouTube and do a Google search how to get traffic online for free. Thousands of searches, right? So there is no lack of information. But what you need to understand is if you put yourself I can talk about myself. What really helped me is instead of focusing on a lot of people don't succeed because they overcomplicate a simple process. They focus on something that's out there, success. What is success to you? Like what is success? Can you describe success? What is it? And so if you're confused in your head, don't expect somebody else who's listening to you to be clear on what you're trying to convey to them. You see what I'm saying? So I need to be very, very crystal clear on the direction I want to go, and all it takes is a decision. I decided to be successful, therefore I am, right? So now I just need to bridge that gap. And so the best way I can do that is not to try to focus on all this information that's going around and try to figure this out and getting myself overwhelmed. I simplify things. Okay, so I find somebody who's doing it, whoever invited you here, right? There's probably, if you go up the chain far enough, you'll find somebody who's succeeding. So identify somebody who you will want to learn from. Okay, I know Justin, Saj, I mean John, all of you guys, Susan, you guys do. We all started the same way, and you learn the key principles, the key elements, what it needs to become successful, and then what you do is it's not about trying to get a sale, it's about trying to become valuable in the marketplace. It's a paradigm shift. Most people don't get it. Most people going after sales. It's a paradigm shift. If I can become more valuable in the marketplace today than I was yesterday, I have a potential to make more money today than I did yesterday. Right? So money follows value. So how do I do that? How many of you guys got at least one idea from this weekend? At least one idea you can implement, right? Or at least one idea that you can maybe share with somebody else. Maybe you can do a Facebook stream. Maybe you can do a YouTube video. Maybe you can do a blog post. Maybe you can just talk to somebody and just focus on becoming more valuable. That's why education is so important, man. So again, more of a philosophical angle to this, but this, in my opinion, is the 20% that's going to get you that 80% of the results faster than anything else.
From my experience, I believe it's personal belief, because your actions tend to follow your belief. And one thing I think, if you did it, would attract a lot of people to you, especially if you don't have personal results yet, is casting your vision. Does everyone here have a vision for themselves in this business yet? A lot of you, which is really good. Because here's how I launched. After pre-launch, I set a goal and I said, I'm gonna earn $2.1 million by the end of August, and I wanna help 100 people on our team earn their $100,000 bonus by the end of the year. And I kept casting that vision. I started doing Facebook Lives. Do you know I never did a Facebook Live prior to the pre-launch event? No. I saw Chris do them and I saw Vic do them. They both make more money than me. So what did we do when we got home? Facebook Live, Facebook Live. And a lot of our success has come from free advertising, but we've been casting our vision, shouting it from the rooftops, because people are attracted to vision. And there's a quote in the Bible that says, where there is no vision,
people perish.
Boom. So right there. One more tip is problem solving. As leaders, we have new problems every single day. The reason we are where we're at is because we have no problem solving problems. And the more problems we solve are it's like we level up, as Chris would say. And I see a lot of people just getting started. They come across the smallest problem, they dwell on it, and they're unwilling to solve it without the help of somebody else. Whereas we will go to Google or we'll go to YouTube and we'll watch an 8-year-old give us the answer or solution to our problem. And that's a skill set that if you develop problem solving and you get good at that, and you're not dependent upon anyone else to solve your problems, you'll be a phenomenal entrepreneur and nothing will be able to stop you.
Whoa.
So the moral of the story is learn from 8-year-olds. It's funny when you said that, it's true. It's something I noticed that successful people do, is the amount of time and energy it would take for you to just learn how to be good at researching to find your own answers online. You can usually find the answer in 5 minutes. When you don't have that skill, that same problem can actually be a stopper. It can be a blocker to everything else, to a whole series of things that you could have done, and it was literally just a few searches away. But some of you go search and you don't find the answer easily, and so you get hung up still. So what Justin's saying is become a good problem solver. It's not like you're going to go to the internet tomorrow and be a master researcher, but it's just like I told you to get better at typing, to get better at navigating through your mobile device. Same thing. Get good at searching for answers on the internet, and you'll be blown away that once you learn how to search the right way, you can suddenly find answers to most problems that are stopping you in a matter of 2 minutes. And now you have less obstacles on your path towards success.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Can I teach you guys something that's made me an awful lot of money over the years and has already made me an awful lot of money here and is going to make me a heck of a lot more?
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of you might have just listened to Vic and Justin and you thought, that's great for you, but I don't know. I got a question mark. I'm not 100% sure. I kind of have a vision. I kind of see it. I'm not sure. Anybody?
No.
Because I've been there. So all I ever did was I said to people, and by the way, I did not build a funnel yet for this. I don't have anything up. I don't have any domain names. I have nothing. My nickname is the Digital Dingbat. I am the least technical person you're ever going to meet, and it hasn't stopped me yet. All I ever do is I tell people, I just got involved with this. I really like it. Do you want to take a look? And I put them in front of him. Now, how did I make all the sales that I've made so far? And I haven't made $1 million yet, but I made enough. The whole crew's back there. I love you guys. I just put them in front of this man right here. And I have no doubt that now that we have launched, leading up to our convention coming up in November, that we're going to be out and about. We're going to be visible. And all you have to do, and you can do all of that other good stuff, but all you have to do is tell someone, I love this, I'm interested, I'm on board with conviction, and then put them in front of the person that has the message, that has the vision, and zip it. Can you guys do that? Seriously, I mean that. You don't have to present it. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to be an expert. All you have to do is put people, I call it being the middleman. You just go, you, look at him, hold your hand out. Watch it get filled. That's my secret after all these years, and one of these days I'll learn how to do all that fancy stuff. How do you know? Come December when I go to school.
Gosh, you've had so much advice from these guys and they really have given you the stuff that's going to help you. I would say, looking back over our years, is don't try and overcomplicate what you have in your hands here. Do as Diane has said. Just say, I'm on board with this and I'd like you to take a look at it. Here's a video. Now you've been taught to collect leads. Learn. Go and learn. You've got the resources here to learn it. Learn how to capture that lead so that when they do go and look at it, you can continue to communicate with them. It's the one thing we didn't understand when we first got started out. We didn't know about list building. We only knew traditional networking where we took those little cards out and gave them round and took them home and threw them away. It doesn't work like that now. And you've got huge resources at your fingertips to actually build a business right from day one. Learn something, but don't overlearn it. Go and apply what you have just learned. And learn by either being successful at it or failing at it and moving on and doing something else. So often we see in this industry the overlearning and perfection, and it leads nowhere, and you don't make any money, and you don't grow your business. It's a huge shift because you've probably come from an environment where you're told every day what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Now you're thinking for yourselves, and what you do, your actions are what will create the results that you're looking for. So just really learn something, do it, and then teach it to somebody else, and then grow your business that way.
Okay, so we're doing okay on time. Everybody's going good. So what I want you to do right now is, in a minute, I'm going to allow a few questions. I'm going to ask one more question, then I'm going to allow maybe 3 to 5 questions. So, I'm not obviously going to allow a sea full of questions. We'll be here all night, okay? We're all willing. We really love helping people. We'll be here all night. So what I want is, I have a question, not to alienate the men here on the panel, but this question is just for the women, if you don't mind. Plus, I haven't had a chance to hear much from Dee, and Dee's like one of my favorites to listen to and hear from. My question for the women is this. We'll start with Dee and we'll pass it back over here. Listen, this industry is known for being male-dominated.
All right.
extremely.
Thank you.
Like 90%. And when I say this industry, I'm referring to the typical internet marketing industry.
Right.
Okay.
No.
Affiliate marketing, internet marketing, whatnot. In fact, a lot of the events are very like male-dominated events. It's not that that's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. Network marketing. I mean, I'm not how people want to build their business. I mean, how things play out is I don't have any hate towards anything, but I do have a vision I'd like to cast here. The vision that I would like to cast here is that, you know, it's not that way because it always has to be that way. Anybody like us can come in and we can completely revolutionize any industry that we want if that's our vision. What I propose to you is that we revolutionize and change and disrupt the internet marketing industry and equalize it the way that, for example, the network marketing industry is done. In network marketing, which is a work-from-home industry, that is actually primarily female-dominated. It's still very even, but there's actually more women in the network marketing industry than men. So if that's a work-from-home opportunity, that's like a business opportunity where people are creating extra income from home, why is that not translated over to internet marketing as well? And I think some of it has been the overwhelmingness of the skills you need to learn and the technical stuff, but I think we can really change that. I have this vision that we can neutralize this. At our events, I would love to see half the audience at least be women. I would love it to see us at least bring it up to 50% women in our industry, in this company, if not greater.
Great.
And we're gonna need your help, you know. Obviously, you know, the person we know the most is ourselves. We tend to attract people that are most like ourselves, okay? So we need to make an effort to reach out to more women. We need to make an effort to empower women with the skills to be able to start making money. Even this panel here is probably 70% men, and it doesn't need to be that way, right?
Yeah.
But it's traditionally that way because that's what the success shows out there. So you need to take it on yourselves to be part of a movement and go out there and reach some power women. Let's start at the top. Reach some women that are influencers. Reach women that people look up to. Start to bring them on board and say, you know what? The internet marketing industry is dominated predominantly by men, but we can change that. This company has it all set up for us to come in there and make a name, and let's make a movement for women. And I'm not saying you need to only go out and recruit women. I'm just saying we can equalize this, and it will be something meaningful. And truly will. That kind of diversification. Right? And I'm not just talking women. I love the age, like Susan and I talk all the time about the baby boomer generation and older, the age diversification, gender diversification, you know, race and countries and international diversification. All of these are things that will really help us grow to be a giant out there. And the larger we grow as a company with a vision like that, we all win. So if we all participate in that, it's a vision that will be meaningful for each of us. For the few women here in this panel, starting with Dee, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you could speak to the women out there, or could speak to maybe some of the men that know influential women on what this kind of a vision means to you to be able to really go out there and show women how they can step into their power.
Go, Dee.
Will all the women stand?
Ooh.
I'm a visual person.
Oh my God, so cute. Not that.
First of all, look at the ratio right there. We're already doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Really awesome. You all are so beautiful too. Wow. Thank you. Go ahead and have a seat. I just wanted to let the men know that we're still here.
Yeah, we're here.
No, so when we talk about, you know, just bringing women together, I think, you know, regardless if we're married or we're single, you know, I met Jess when I was 17, I'm 30 now, so I haven't had that single life for a minute. But, you know, I kind of remember fragments of it. And the one thing that I remember as a woman, regardless of what was going on in my life that I always wanted, I wanted to be able to look inside of myself and feel that I could do whatever it is that I wanted to do. Now, mind you, I'm married, so of course when I go to buy the Lamborghini, I have to, you know, talk to you about it, you know. But the point is, you know, if my mother called me and said, hey, my AC broke, I could just be like, hey, I got it like that. you know, you know, stubbed my toe and I need to get a Band-Aid, instead of always going like this. I'm just speaking from my own experience, and you guys can just stop me right now if you don't experience this as a woman, but I didn't want to always go like this.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to just, you know, be able to do it and feel that I could. So, yeah, like an independent, you know, I wanted to just feel that. So when I sit and speak to women, it doesn't matter how much money they make, what industry they're in, you know, what language they speak, how old they are, what part of the world they live in. I realized that we all had that one thing in common. So let me just ask you another question, you know, because all you women stood up. Do any of you agree, or have you ever experienced that before, what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I just make it a point when I communicate with women, it's, no offense, it's not about the business. For me, this is just what Dee does. It's not about the business, it's not about the company, it's not about the comp plan. It's about empowerment, independence, freedom, and just being able to stand in my own power as a woman. And if you so happen to come with me in what I'm doing, well then that's awesome, because we have really awesome men here that know exactly what they're doing, how to bring us through it, and the best part is it's a community to where they lift us up. That's how I market it to women, that's how I build the message, and that's what I focus on.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I started really online marketing when social media was born around 2005. Previous to that, I was doing belly-to-belly network marketing. And at the time, and Dee and Justin I met through YouTube many, many moons ago, it was a lot of 20-something-year-old guys, and me, the 40-something-year-old woman, and I was one of the only ones. And I believe that all of this is just an evolution, because over the last decade, you know, it's 10, 11 years later, there's women everywhere getting involved in every facet of internet marketing. And I think just for decades in academia, the women were steered towards humanities and the arts, and the men were steered towards the sciences. And that's changed. And this will change too. And this company will lead the way. And all the ladies in the audience, you have an opportunity here because you have a leader that's saying that he wants you up here. You have a leader that's saying you belong up here, and you have strong women that are saying we'd love for you to be with us, and you have men that are going to stand and applaud you. So what better opportunity, whether you're a gentleman and you know a powerful woman that is looking for an environment like this, or whether you're a lady and you've been looking for that time for you. It's your time, and it's right here, and it's right now. It's just an evolution. And here we are.
Well, I've actually no idea why the internet marketing world is dominated by men. I mean, it's really strange things. I mean, they don't give birth to children. So really, why shouldn't we be playing a part here? Why shouldn't we be taking out the message? We're very strong. We bring up children, we run families, we run a household, we multitask, we rarely sleep, we get up at night, see to the kids, get up at night, see to our partners and everybody else. So why shouldn't we be dominating the internet marketing world? But you've got to take the message out there. You know, it's a paradigm shift. But you have the opportunity to carry in your hand when you leave this weekend and take it out and share with other women. They don't have to be power leaders. They could be your co-worker. They could be your next door neighbor, somebody that you play tennis with, or some club, some hobby that you share. Just talk to them about what they do and what their vision is for their life, and see if you can bring them into this. Because the more that you do, the more people you bring in, and the bigger the message that we can share.
That's awesome. So, to put this in perspective, I told you a story earlier about a previous company I was part of. I only had an hour a day to work. One of the things I did was I came up with this awesome idea of bonus selling for the opportunity. I formed a team called Team Take Massive Action. We built our own team membership site, our own sales funnels. We provided extra bonus resources for people that joined us. We talked about bonus selling earlier. There's another resource that we created in that team that was phenomenal, and that was called the Super Women of Team Take Massive Action. We even created a Superwoman logo. It was like the Superman logo, but it was different colors and it had a Superwoman on it. And me and a couple of the leaders that were guys, we even wore those shirts, the Superwoman shirts, showing up to the events with all the women to show them, like, that's how bad we want it. Because we knew, you know what, we knew that when women get together and really get behind a mission, they're far more powerful than men are in the first place anyways, you know? They're far more engaged. We had our Facebook group for Team Take Massive Action, which had thousands of people. Then we had the Super Women group, which only had hundreds of people. And the Super Women group was far more active, far more engaged. People were helping each other. It was just more exciting. When we went and had events, every time we'd have events, we even had these Super Women events where the women would get together and empower each other. And it was fascinating. Now, here's the thing, is that was one little step that we did. And we elevated women into leadership in that group. And these women took it like one of my friends, Layla, she came in and ran that group, and she just literally, she took that vision and ran with it. And people were so inspired that there were numerous people that came on board our organization purely because of that support network right there for other women, and they started having success as a result. So there are things that you can do when you think like this and you start to have a vision like that and realize women are incredibly powerful. Like you said, it makes no sense on the outside why this industry is so dominated, which is why I know that we're gonna have no problem correcting that much needed problem out there in the industry. So you guys down to help us visualize that and utilize that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some leaders up here. We've got maybe 20 minutes, which means we don't have room for dozens and dozens of questions. If you have questions, let me check with, we've got Nolan with the microphone here. So Nolan, what I'll do is I'll pick somebody for you. So maybe, actually, I think we got to bring him up here to the camera, right? I didn't research it. Right there? Okay, Nolan, why don't you pick, or get somebody to help you pick, one person at a time. Have them come to you and we'll do questions. Because we line everybody up, there'll be 20 people. Why don't we choose somebody over here in this range that you are, and then we'll start right there. So if you don't mind choosing somebody, have somebody come up to you and ask a question. And when you ask the question, either ask it generally to everybody, or if you want to ask it specifically, feel free.
My name's Kevin Jackson from Boston, and I'd like to ask a question to Vic, I think, on this. I have a little story. Can I just tell a quick story?
Briefly.
Okay. My wife and I, PJ, were at the 3Cs conference in July, and I was there when you had your seizure and sort of shook on the chair.
Shaking on the chair, sharing the video.
And I walked downstairs. It was over. My wife. We had our suitcase. We're going to the airport. Got down the elevator and went to the casino. I looked at her and said, "Come here, follow me." "Where are we going?" "Going back upstairs." We went back upstairs. And when we got up there, she says, "What are we doing?" I said, "Follow me." And I went over and I found Peter. But I heard your vision. And I said, "Peter, my wife needs to be in this 7-figure club tomorrow." So I paid. I had to go back home, and she got in there. And it's just been an incredible experience since then. So when I got in and heard the 7-figure club, we've been planning on this, and then I actually got hooked up with Vic, and I saw his 4% group, and I saw he was going to market the Internet Marketing College, and I said, this is the way to get newbies in and to do it. And so Vic, my question is to you, what is the plan, especially for the Internet Marketing College, to promote in the 4% club, so we understand exactly how that happens?
One, two. Okay, so Kevin, as soon as I get back, now that we have the logo, now we have the official name instead of the Internet Marketing College, we will be having private team webinars to where we will discuss the details, ins and outs. The way we're gonna market you guys is just for the general, general audiences here is like this. When somebody looks at a product, do they really want the product or do they want the result that product delivers?
Result.
Okay, it's a paradigm shift, right? So a lot of people promote the product If you want to be successful, you identify very clearly what the result that product delivers, for which customer, and you promote the result. Talk about the result. Okay, so for example, Chris, perfect, right? Yeah, one of the things that we're going to be doing, Kevin, and I told our team members this, is we're going to be targeting other industries. This opens up an entire world to us, right? Identify pools of people that are hungry. Insurance agents, they're dying to be able to get their own leads out there, to generate their own exposure, to get more traffic their own way, to get more business as an insurance agent, right? So they want that. So what we'll do is we'll go to them with a specific message saying, hey, you want to generate your own leads? Here is education that's going to teach you specifically how to do that. You see what I'm saying? So we open this up and we go and create funnels that talk to different people in different industries based on what the need is, and we just use Internet Marketing College as a fulfillment center, if you will. But here's where this thing is going to go crazy, you guys, okay? Potentially. Let's say if you go to and you hit up an insurance company, okay? And let's say there is a regional manager or a company owner, right, that has a lot of agencies in his organization. Do you think it's in his best interest for his team to succeed as insurance agents? Yeah. Of course, right? Now, I can talk to him and I can say, hey, look, man, you can become an affiliate and you can recommend this same program, the product, not the opportunity, right? The product to your own agency, and now he becomes my super affiliate on my team. You guys get this? And all of a sudden you're getting all those pass-ups from him because, he might not, he'll purchase the product, but the first 2 roll-ups, you get the split every 5th, you get the sale. So now he goes to work for your team, or for you, so to speak, and you get that benefit. So Kevin, to long answer to your short question, we will have private team webinars. We have other people who are not part of the team, obviously, so we'll discuss that privately.
Good answer. And thank you. Nolan, I'll just let you kind of be in charge of questions. We'll kind of go for a handful of minutes and see where it goes.
Yes, I am Nelly Lambert, a widow, and nobody to live on. I am always working. So that's why in Move, I invested 11,000 for as a titanium, but I never earned any penny. Now I asked Matt Lloyd to help me out with this, and she said, buy gold traffic, meaning WSJT will sell gold traffic. So I bought for 4,500 traffic, but never earned a penny. So that's why I told Matt to refund my money because I have a personal loan of $30,000 from the bank.
So let me see if I can get the understanding, because I heard some of that. So you have we won't get into specifics with other companies or other people, so no names or companies. But you have a background of having tried other programs. Maybe they didn't work. Okay, so you tried some other programs, it didn't work for you. What about this? What about this program? And what question?
I really wanted to join in this business because when I saw that in the internet, maybe this will work for me. So that's why I need a one-on-one mentor, because the great leaders here have a mentor. How about me? I have a mentor. I need a mentor one-on-one. Because what I'm saying is that I am always working to earn a living.
Yes.
Because I am a widow. So nobody does it own. So I need one. I have a desktop, I have a laptop, but never earn any penny.
Yeah, I think I understand. So do you want us to take a chance to be able to answer that? The question? Okay, perfect. So here's what I understand. So I think this is a very common situation for a lot of us, right?
Yeah.
We've joined some programs before. Maybe we didn't ever earn a penny from them. I think just to help you kind of feel at home, I got the question. Just to help you feel at home, has anybody in this room ever purchased a program with the intention to make money and never made money from it? I know I have. Look around. Take a look around. Look around. You're not alone. No, we are about to help. You're not alone. So let me just say, here's the thing. I have two. I have a program that I invested $42,000 into. And I went for the first 3 days of the program and I never went again. I just never even bothered going again. I figured whatever. I never even asked for a refund. I went for a few days, went to that program. Altogether, I've maybe invested a couple $100,000 in the program. So here's the thing that I learned. And again, one-on-one mentorship is valuable. I think most of us on the stage have met with people one-on-one. The thing is like, I want to go back to a couple things that were said here, and then if somebody wants to chime in on this, feel free. The thing I want to go back to is what Justin said. I think it was Justin. Really learning how to be able to solve the problems without requiring somebody else to have to help you through it. It is hard. We all have the craving and the need. When you're sitting there late at night on your computer, if somebody could just come over my shoulder right now and help me set this up, that's all I need. But the problem with that level of thinking is we've just created an obstacle that is imaginary. What we did was, here we are getting ready to complete a task. Nope, we put a wall up that said, if only I had this other thing, then I can do this. Don't do that. Erase the obstacles, okay? The more you say, I need this to succeed, or if only I had that to succeed, or once I get this, I will succeed, you are creating obstacles that are imaginary. You really don't need those things. I like the idea of becoming a problem solver, saying, you know what? I am just going to stick with this, and I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to figure out what I need to succeed. Because here's the thing, I've had one-on-one mentorship, and I've had one-on-one coaching, but there's been times where I've literally, like the other day, here's Justin Varengia, doesn't know this. He's doing Facebook Live for like his second time in his life. I jump on it kind of with the intention to monitor him, to kind of see what he's saying about my company. But then I find myself going, what he just said made a lot more sense than the way we explain it. And I was learning from Justin. Now, he was not mentoring me or coaching me, but I was learning from Justin. What I did was I learned how to become a learner. I don't need Justin to come sit over my shoulder to learn from him. I can get on a live cast and I can learn from him. I can read a blog post and I can learn from him. I can open a book and I can learn from it. There are going to be times where you need one-on-one mentorship, but there's also going to be times where you need to understand being an entrepreneur is about facing that struggle and overcoming it, because that's what's going to make you strong enough to get to the next level. Levels are hard to beat. Once you beat them, they seem easy. Weights are hard to lift, but as you get stronger muscles, they become easier to lift, but it takes time to grow those muscles. That's how you need to treat this industry. We can go to the next. If anybody wanted to chime in thoughts there, I kind of stole the panel. I don't know if somebody had something, otherwise we go to the next question. Yeah, let's chime in real quick.
Can I just quickly add to that? Because we see this across any opportunity. It doesn't matter what it is. You see a group of people who succeed and do really well. You see a group of people, usually a much larger group, who don't. And there's a big difference between the two. It's because those that are succeeding are those who are taking action on what they're being taught and what they've paid for. And I know it's a sad thing to say, but it is what happens. They buy it with the vision of the success it will create for them, thinking they don't have to actually do any work. And you do, and you will make mistakes along the way, lots of them sometimes, and one day you'll hit on something and it works, and suddenly you start making money with that program. But you have to fail first.
I agree with that. When we talked about Facebook advertising, that's the exact message I got across. When I had the panel up here earlier, the testimonials about e-commerce and Facebook ads, they all failed. Every single one of them. Don't be afraid of failure. If you bought into a program and it didn't work, look back and say, how can I get my money's worth out of this another way? There might be a lesson in there that was worth far more than the cost of enrollment that might make you more successful in your next venture. There's always opportunities around you. Learn to reframe them and get the best out of them. Nolan, do we have another question?
All right, my name is Bogdan Lendl, and I had a question on the leads. How many, I'm not sure who wants to answer, but how many, realistically, how many leads a day should I be looking at? I know the more the better, but like per day, are we looking at 1,000 leads a day to grow the list, or anybody?
As much as one are we on? Check. Okay.
I know the more the better.
But Bogdan, set yourself bar so high that's gonna require you to stretch like crazy, man. You know what I mean? And then do everything you need to do to hit that. And even if you don't hit that, if you come 70% short, 80% or whatever to it, you're still crushing it. Like if you say, okay, how many leads I need? It's a subjective question. Depending on your conversion rate, you know, if your conversion rate depends how you market it, depends how you're selling it, depends what your your sales page is, the conversion. So you might need 100. You know, for every 100 leads, you might make 5 sales, for example, right? If your sales funnel is strong enough. But if your sales funnel is not strong enough, you might need 1,000 leads to get 5 sales. You see what I'm saying? So it's a multifaceted, you know, thing. But here's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for tons and tons and tons of leads. I'm looking for quality, right? So I would much rather work with 1,000 people or 1,000 leads. I don't look at leads as like numbers. I look at leads as a person, right? So in order for me to attract that person into my world, and I look at my funnel as my world. Okay, I don't look at my funnel as like my funnel, like funnel. You know, I look at, hey, somebody's coming into my house. They just stepped over my front door, and now they're in my house. So I want to create an experience for them that would make them go, wow, this is a cool house right here. You know, I want to check it out. I want to go there. I want to go check out that room and check out what that's over there and that's over there. So I want to create that experience for that prospect. See what I'm saying? So I would much rather work with, you know, like 1,000 people that's qualified, that's targeted, and I want to build personal relationship. If you can build personal relationship with your people, you don't need a lot of leads. If you're staying behind the curtain and you're just pushing everybody, you know, and just buy, you'll need tons of leads to get the same results as if you would probably need 1/10 of it. You know what I mean? So the answer to that question is don't focus on getting leads, focus on building personal relationship with your people. That's the best thing you can do for your business. When I got started, very quickly, 30 seconds, you guys. When I got started in the industry, I did not have any money. I didn't have $1.19 to my name. I got to that point that low, right? I had to borrow the money to get started. And I posted free ads. Back then, we could use like Craigslist and so free stuff. Right now, it's even better because we got social media, we got Facebook, we got all these little things, you know, that we can utilize. So I posted a free ad, okay? Didn't cost me a dime. I got like 20 subscribers to my list. My first ever 20 subscribers. I got so fired up. I'm like, wow, this is results, right? So to me, that was like, I didn't make any money, so I didn't mind, you know, I didn't complain about not making money. I got so fired up that I got 20 people to cross over my front door into my house, right? So what I do is I email them, because I know these people want to make money online, because that's what I was promoting. I email these 20 first leads, I'm green. But see, my mindset, I'm already a millionaire, right? My passion is there, you know, I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about, even though I don't. Right? But here's what I do. I start to connect with them from practice, not theory, because people can read through you. You know, so I start to position myself for success. And how do I do that? Well, the best way I can position myself for success is by leading with authority. If I'm not authoritative in my words, it's going to be very difficult for people to connect with me. Okay? If I'm saying something and I don't believe what I'm saying because I either don't know it or I'm a little shaky with what I'm saying, people will feel it. Okay? It's a big thing. So I got 20 subscribers. I know how I got them. So I emailed these 20 subscribers and I said, hey guys, thank you for being on my list. I appreciate you. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to hold a free teleconference. Back then we did not have webinars. Free teleconference Friday. Call in this number. I went to freeconferencecall.com, got a free line, conference line, and I said, hey, if you want to know how I got 20 leads, right, in a matter of 1 day, because that's what it took me. I just placed an ad. By the end of that day, I got like 20 subscribers. I got 20 leads in 24 hours. That's a specific result I was focusing on. And I said to them, hey, I'm gonna teach you exactly how I did it. And guess what? On Friday, 3 people showed up to that webinar or that teleconference, right? And I had to hold myself as if there was 3,000 people on that call. Okay? I'm fired up and I'm delivering, man. I'm delivering. And see, I gotta punch through that noise that's going on in the industry, and I gotta make myself stand out. I'm a newbie. I didn't make a dime. But I talked to those 3 people like there was 3,000 of them out there, okay, listening to me. And I said, hey guys, here's what I did. Now you're talking from practice, so now you have moral authority and people can feel you, right? So I don't talk about my results not making money. If I didn't, I don't complain. I don't go to Facebook post, or, you know, we didn't have, it was MySpace, I think, back then. I didn't go to these social medias talking about how I'm not making money. I focused on what I just got, right? And so I did that first teleconference. Nobody joined. But guess what? Next week or next day, a few days later, I run another ad and I got another 30 people to add it to my list. Now I got 50. No sales, 50 people. I do the same thing, right? And so I did it like 2 or 3 times, and then I had my first sale ever. Somebody contacted me, he's like, hey, I appreciate the value you're giving out to us. You know, can I be a part of what you're doing? Shaky boom. I got my first one. And then guess what I do? And then what I do is I capitalize on that success. Now I made $2,000. My first sale, I think commissions was like $2,000. Now what Vic does, I flip out my little flip video camera and I shoot myself, right? And I say, hey everybody, Vic Stryzio's here. Let me tell you something. I just made more money in a single day than most people make an entire month working for somebody else. Let me show it to you. Boom, computer screen, proof. Let me tell you how I did it. Value, 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 value. Let me tell you how I did it. See, that separates you from your competition. You don't have to worry about selling. People join people. Like Miles said, you guys, that's how you build it. You focus on small successes and you can scale it.
I just wanted to add, I'm going to make it quick because we don't have a lot of time, but again, I know you guys were listening intently to what Vic said. What did he say when he first started? He had no list and 3 people showed up. He wasn't acting like a newbie, okay? Those people on your webinar or whatever you're going to do, Google Hangout, they don't know you're a newbie unless you tell them. Keep that in mind. They don't know, only you do.
Can I say something real quick? This will take 20 seconds. All that stuff is perfect, right? So, to get to a certain income goal, how many of you here just want that round number of 10,000 a month? Is that like a goal for many of you in here? Oh, not many. Okay, so a few of you. It'll take more leads for some of you to hit that 10,000 as it will for other of you in the room. You'll all have different numbers based on the way you treat those leads, based on the relationship you have, based on where you get those leads from. So if I can be so bold, you know, right now when you're starting is the wrong time to ask how many leads you need, you know, per day, because you don't know to hit your income goal. What you need to do is just hustle, start getting leads. Once you've got that first 100 leads, you can say, okay, it took me 100 leads in my particular funnel, in my follow-up sequence to make X amount of money. So my income goal is X. So now I know how many leads I need. Okay, you've got to hustle first, get some leads, work out your individual numbers, then you know where your bracket is. So.
Yeah, so I think when I first started building my list, my first 2,000 leads that I generated, 2,000, I don't think I made a single sale from any of that.
Wow. Wow. Really?
So I bought solo ads, I wrote blog posts and got some leads initially. I just did a whole bunch of like things that I was learning how to generate leads. And I don't know that I didn't make a sale, but I don't recall like making a sale from them. I didn't have data to show me I made a sale from those leads. But then there was another time where I came up with something creative and I literally talked to 20 people with Facebook Messenger. And out of those 20 people, I think we had signed up around 6 of them. So one day for free on Facebook Messenger, I come up with a way to kind of build some rapport with some people and turned literally 20 free messages into 6 sales, whereas I had spent, you know, a fair amount of money doing solo ads and buying some advertisement. I didn't get any leads from that. So that didn't mean buying leads and buying traffic didn't work. It just meant I like what John said. There's like, what I did was I just took action, focused on getting a sale. If you give me 1 lead, I'm gonna try to get a 1-for-1 ratio. You know, that's how much I'm gonna go. If I got a lead, I'm gonna try to close a lead. But no matter if I got 1,000 or 5,000 or 1 million. There's some people out there that have lists right now of 1 million people. 1 million people on their email list. And someone like John, I've watched John promote affiliate products. John can go and can beat them in an affiliate contest with his list. And they have 1 million people on their list. So numbers are arbitrary, completely arbitrary. Go get your own data and figure out your source of leads, your quality, how you convert. Once you figure it out, you scale from there. Our time's out. I'm going to do this. We'll do one last question because you were patiently waiting. We'll do one last question, and then we're going to wrap up this session here.
My name is Liz. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. And my question is in regards to,
Give her some
because all of you are on an income level here at this point. And I've never been at that level. I've had success. I've had, you know, I used to do numeration back in the day, and I had some success there. And I'm afraid of like massive success, and I don't know how to get over that and holding on to that. Like, I mean, Chris, you just blew up. Like, you know, how are you handling all of this? Like, I know it's hard for you, and it's not even just the attention, but it's the income for me. Because I'm not an expert at managing my money, and I think that might be a great course to incorporate into academics is, you know,
Yes.
managing.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, hi, and great job, and we're very glad you're here. So if you have an answer for that, I just want to say that it's not easy, but it's not hard. There's just, as you level up, you know, leveling up's the best analogy. You just have to trust that when you get to that higher level, that you will acquire some skills to be able to help you handle things at that level. So where you are right now, it's hard to know the person you're going to be at that level, and it seems so distant. So don't worry about the massive success. My advice is focus on beating the level that you have in front of you and trusting that you're going to gain experience points along the way. And you're going to defeat some obstacles that used to seem impossible. So now in the future, you're going to face an obstacle 10 times bigger, but you're going to say, you know what? I've already smashed an obstacle like this before. I can do this. And you just have to have a little bit of faith that as you level up in your life, that you get there. And I think what I see you doing right now is looking at where you are now, looking at maybe some people on a panel that might be up the levels a little bit, maybe level 7, level 8, level 10, and it gets a little daunting and overwhelming to say, geez, you know, but if you just focus on your game and your track and you go, I'm gonna level up, put yourself at level 1, I'm gonna beat this level and I'm gonna go to level 2, and it's not overwhelming. Level 2 is a slightly better version of you, and that's an obtainable goal. So that would be my advice to you, is take it one level at a time, celebrate the small victories. The next thing you know, everybody's going to be looking at you and going, Liz, I can never be like you. How on earth did you ever handle all of this success? How can you do it? And your biggest problem in life is going to be figuring out how to relate to the newbie as if it were generations ago that you were one. That would be my advice.
That was awesome.
Hello. And Liz, just one other thing, it'd be helpful for you to know that like we don't have it all together. Like we really don't. Like I'm obviously still really young, so I've had to go through these lessons as well. You know, having huge sums of money going through my bank and all this kind of different stuff going on. Like we don't have it together. But what you do is you like Chris just said. I think that was a perfect answer, and there's not much to add other than, you know, as you do level up, you can't really prepare for it. You can do a little bit of preparation, but you learn lessons as you move forward through the levels, you know? So when I've got to where I am right now, I've learned so much stuff, right? But what's really important is you've got to remember why you're doing what it is you're doing. I know you hear that all the time, like what's your why? But I think that is really important, because if you don't have something that's grounding you in why you're doing this, in your purpose and your vision, then you will be scattered. You really will. And so for me, I make sure I find out my why. Like for me, I'm a Christian. I'm proud of that. So I follow God. I'm like, right, so I'm like, you know, and I know a lot of you might disagree with this, but that's cool. But I'm like, you know, I'm constantly talking to God. I'm like, look, what do you want me to do with this? Help me manage it, because I feel lost. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's, you know, how I manage my stuff, and I still make mistakes. I'm still learning lessons, but it's just, you know, being aware that you're going to stumble and have problems and learn lessons along the way. You know?
I want to echo what Chris said right at that time there, man. John, you as well. Here's the thing, though. Everybody needs to understand. Depending on what level you are, you have different sets of problems, right? You're just a beginner. Your problem is, man, how do I get my first sale? You know, how do I get my first $1,000? That's what's on your mind. You get to the next level, you know, leveling up concept. You still have problems. They're just different problems. You know, you get to level 7, level 10, you still have problems, but they're just different types of problems. There's still problems on every level. You're still gonna have challenges and lessons and things you're gonna have to overcome, and your own, you know, failures in their own way. you know, for different levels, but like everybody here can probably say that, look, none of this stuff is like perfect. We launched out our own, you know, our own deal here, you know, a few weeks ago. We ran into, you know, processing issues. It's just different levels of challenges, but now they're even bigger because it not only affects you, but it affects like thousands of people behind you, and you feeling that weight on your shoulders because now you've got like 2,000 support tickets coming in, screaming at you, you know, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? But see, the thing is as you level up, as you know, in Chris's example there, you build that muscle. So you gotta go and handle the problems on level 1, handle the problems on level 2, because you build that muscle that when you get to that higher level, you'll be able to handle it. If you never experienced the level 7, and all of a sudden I put you in an environment of level 7, and you get all this money coming in, you're like, my goodness, life is great. You would not survive because you don't have the muscle. That's what I learned in my business, and still learn it every day.
I'm not gonna take the time to do that now, but I do invite you to do an exercise with me. It's a visualization exercise, so if you find me afterwards, it'll literally only take a few minutes, because when I saw you, I was watching your body language, right? You were speaking directly to Chris, but you didn't look him in the eye. Your feet kept twirling, your hands were in your pocket, you're closed in, and as a woman, that's telling me she needs to learn how to step into her power. So if you're open to it, I would love to just share with you a little technique that whenever you feel like that, because I used to always sit like this. Anybody like Jabril, you know, he's known me for God knows how long now, you know, and so like I used to sit like this all the time, and I never thought anything about it until after I learned this technique and the power of a woman just being open. My feet are tired, that's why my feet aren't on the floor, and they don't reach anyway, so I just sit uncomfortable. But you know, I realized that the power of, you know, even being around people when I sit like this and observing their reactions and how they look at me, and then just being able to just sit like this and just be comfortable in me. So if you have a few minutes afterwards, I'd love to talk to you.
Okay, so as we conclude this panel, let's go through a simple visualization exercise right now. On 11/11, we're going to have another event. It's going to be an affiliate event. I'll tell you a little bit about that. We'll be announcing that and having that available. We're also going to be having our college week, and when we have our college weeks, we'll be having certain stage time opportunities. We're going to start putting on events like this all the time. Screens like this, shows like this, but it's just going to get better. Better videos, PowerPoint presentations, much more in advance, more structure, more organization, more people. This will be the smallest we'll ever be right here. Now here's the thing. I would love to share more testimonials on stage. I would love to have more panels of leaders. I would love to have awards and recognition ceremonies for people as they get into the Matching Millions Club by getting their first $100,000 bonus and even their $1 million bonus. This will happen. I want you to visualize yourself being asked to be part of an elite panel like this. In fact, as you look right here, it's a great spot to visualize yourself, right here where this microphone is. We've got a spot for you. So what I want you to imagine is this. It may seem like many levels up, but I want you to visualize yourself sitting right there, right in between Susan and Diane, and somebody asks a question, and you get a chance to be able to pay it forward and share something of value to be able to inspire them to take action and change their life. And I want you to feel the good feeling of being asked to be part of a panel. Out of an elite group of people, you get asked to be part of a small panel of people that's well respected. And of course, you've earned it. You deserve it. You've made a name out there. You've made a splash out there. I'm looking for you. We want you. We want you up here on this panel. We want to hear your story. As crazy as you think your story is, I'll bet you it's going to inspire someone. We want to hear your wisdom, especially the diverse wisdom. I have my angles, but you have your angles. Together we can do great things. So visualize yourself here on this panel. What I want you to do with this visualization is do a favor, pull out your smartphone. What we're going to do is we're going to stand up here for a minute, not too long.